And we're live.
Yes, he brought it back.
I don't know why everyone. It's not that big of a deal.
It was.
There's so much pressure.
It was, yes. Good morning and welcome to the Pete Braley Show. This is show number 98. I'm Pete Braley, along with my co-host, executive producer, show creator, people we're going to pick at the house, my son Matt.
It was just a joke.
Just a joke.
I was just trying to pick on him a little bit.
Yeah, okay. It was done.
And it turned into this big thing.
Yeah, we had a lot of people, Marlo said it was a keeper. You got to bring him back. We did have people saying they were going to come and pick at the house. That was one of our neighbors. So, yeah. Katrina was going to come and pick at the house with with Diane. So, anyway, good morning. We have a great show planned for you today. In case you missed it, on Friday, he didn't say we're live. And he also didn't say peace at the end. And it just threw us all off.
Yeah.
So, we have a great show planned for you today. Of course, our goal is always to simply start your day on a positive note. So if you enjoy what we do here, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss any future shows. We are obviously live here on Youth Group. We are live here on YouTube. Where did that come from?
It's a new kind of YouTube.
But we're also available on all of your favorite podcast apps, so be sure to check that out. And don't forget, you can leave us a voicemail with your questions, comments, shout-outs for birthdays or anniversaries at 774-473-9910. Coming up today, the annual question, should we make daylight savings time year-round? Ever wonder what it's like to be rich? We have a story about rich people problems. We'll take you back to your high school days and the story behind Bubblewrap. All that and who knows what else coming up today. So, how was your weekend? Did you do okay with the time change? This one doesn't bother me so much.
I don't know. Time changes don't really get to me.
No?
No.
The one where we lose an hour of sleep, which is in the spring, that can throw me for a loop for 3 days.
I'm not a fan of that one.
Yeah. But we'll get to it in just a moment because there are people saying, why do we do this anymore? Why don't we stop?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way.
Well, there are a couple of interesting things you need to consider if we stop. So
okay.
I'll get to that. Tom Stewart had a funny post last week, our friend Tom Stewart, that I feel many can relate to. Can you put his calendar up there? This is Tom's calendar of November. So there you go, November 1st in yellow. That's insane people start listening to Christmas music, pretty much. Then we have the blue there, where you put off all responsibilities until after the holidays. Then we change the clocks, 7th and 8th, which includes today. Act like it's your first daylight savings time ever. Then we go pink here, complain about how it gets dark so early now.
We have that to look forward to.
Yes, we do. Then where we go, back to blue, not caring about stuff till after the holidays. Day before Thanksgiving, you get blind drunk with your high school friends. Yeah. And then Thanksgiving through the end of the month is when you try not to murder your family.
Yep.
So, yeah, I thought that pretty much nailed it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I saw another one where it was like, it was about people that play Christmas music early. Mm-hmm. And it was like from November 1st until November, I don't know, maybe like the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's like pre-Christmas time. Then it's like, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe the Friday. No, not the Friday. So the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's when you celebrate Thanksgiving.
Of course.
And then starting on the Friday, it's back to Christmas.
Full force.
Oh, yeah.
Full force.
Oh, yeah.
17 days until Thanksgiving, 42 days until somebody's birthday. Mom said she has an idea of what we're getting you.
I know. She told me that.
And I've forgotten.
Makes me very nervous.
47 days until Christmas, 54 days until the New Year, 98 days until the Super Bowl. Welcome to National Cappuccino Day. Traditionally prepared with espresso, hot milk, and steamed milk foam, a cappuccino is an Italian coffee drink. I'm not really a cappuccino guy. I'm more of a latte guy.
I don't know if I've ever had one.
It's National Parents as Teachers Day. It encourages parent-teacher organizations and parents to join forces to support children in their education goals. And it's also National STEM Day. Huh? STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. STEAM, I believe, is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. I think that's what the A is for.
One of those things is not like the other. So is that true?
I don't know. Anybody know? What is the A for in STEAM?
I'm fact checking.
So, okay. On this date book, 1731 in Philadelphia, Benjamin Franklin opened the first library in the North American colonies. On this day in 1789, bourbon whiskey was first distilled from corn by Elijah Craig in Bourbon, Kentucky. 1864, Abraham Lincoln was elected to his second term as president. On this day in 1956, the movie The Ten Commandments, directed by Cecil B. DeMille and starring Charlton Heston, opened in the U.S. John Kennedy was elected president on this day in 1960. Days of Our Lives premiered on this day in 1965. The next year, Frank Robinson was selected as the American League MVP with the Baltimore Orioles. He was the first player to win the MVP in both leagues. He had won it earlier with Cincinnati in the National League. Movie actor Ronald Reagan was elected governor of California on this day in 1966. Elton John's Greatest Hits was released on this day in 1974. And here's how you know you're a great artist. He had to do a Greatest Hits Volume 2 when it got later. And it was 5 years ago today that President Donald Trump was elected. Celebrity birthdays today would have been Jerry Remy's 69th birthday. So Bonnie Raitt is 72. Teen heartthrob Leif Garrett is now 60. And Gordon Ramsay, the chef, is 55. Did you find out about Steamstown?
I did. You were right. It's the arts.
It is the arts?
But am I right? Like one of those things is not like the other.
Right.
No disrespect to the arts.
Right,
Yeah,
but science and engineering and then arts.
And then arts is, they stick that in there. Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyone in the chats this morning?
Yeah, see, Diane said, Happy Manic Monday, all. She said, on Manic Monday, state one thing negative and one thing positive.
Oh, okay. So one thing negative.
One thing negative, I'm tired. One thing positive, I'm wearing my beanie for the first time today. It's beanie season, people. I woke up freezing today.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was chilly
So
in
I was
my
like,
room
you know
too.
what? There's no better time for a beanie than right now.
There you go.
So here we are.
So one thing good and one thing bad. I did not wake up really tired this morning. I felt because of the extra hour. I was trying to tell him my body thought it was 8 o'clock already when I woke up. So,
My sleep mind is all messed up, so I never know.
Okay,
I never
so
know what day it is, what
that's
year it
my-
is.
Gee, what's my negative thing? Charlie's eating the plants. Is that a negative thing?
That would kind of, yeah. That would
After the show, one of us has to go get leaves out of his bed because he's eating leaves off.
I mean, it's Trish's fault.
My name's not Trish.
But she puts a million plants in the living room.
She had to move
and
them
he's
in.
a puppy.
She had to move them in because it's cold.
I don't know. Find a better spot, I guess. They're right next to his bed. Like he just lays there and he's like, oh, self-serve.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Your room?
No.
Okay.
No.
Random question today. What is the strangest thing you ever did in high school? What is the strangest thing you ever did in high school? Let us know this morning, all right? You can let us know in the chats, or if you're watching this later in the day, comments. We'll also post it on Facebook. What was the question Friday? Was that the one about what's something that you should buy before you need?
Yeah.
A lot of people agreed, toilet paper. Someone said underwear. Well, I guess, because then when you need, if you lose your underwear or you get a hole in your underwear, you should have replacement underwear, right?
Yeah, unless they were referring to some other reason for needing it, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
That
could be.
That's just one you should just always have. I don't, yeah. I guess that works.
And someone else said coffee, which always have always have enough coffee.
I think they're missing the assignment, though. I think if you needed coffee, you could still go out and get it.
Right.
So,
right.
I
things like a fire extinguisher,
toilet paper,
or a toilet plunger.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't do the business and then have to go to Walmart and get some toilet paper. I mean, you could, but that would not be good for anybody.
No. All right, reviewing football picks here. Tennessee's defense, I guess, carried the Titans to a 28-16 win over the Rams last night. And tonight, the 3-5 Chicago Bears are in Pittsburgh to battle the 4-3 Steelers. These guys won.
Yeah.
I was surprised about that.
You know what? Let's give it up.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's rare for you.
Of course, as one of the Miami sports columnists wrote, I do follow him on Twitter. Mm-hmm. He's like, this team is bad. I mean, this team is struggling to beat a lousy team.
Yeah.
It was the 1-7 Dolphins against the 1-7 Texans, and it was a battle.
But now you're the better of the two bad teams. I'm running into that in one of my fantasy leagues. Just a very poor year. I'm having a great year in other leagues.
Right.
That's why you join multiple leagues, people. But I'm having a really bad year, so all I'm looking to do is not be last.
Okay.
So I'm the better of the two bad teams.
There you go.
So
that's something.
There we go.
So how are we? I think you told me last night that I'm in the lead now.
You're going to win the week. You're going to lead me by one game because we both picked the Steelers, so it's not going to change tonight. But yeah, you currently are at 8-5, and I am at 7-6 on the week. So
cool.
Kind of an average week.
All right.
Like most weeks.
Hey, but I think we've been close all year, haven't we? You and I.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the largest
you pulled ahead
was
once.
2-game lead.
2-game lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
then we came back.
I caught back up. I know Justin was saying, I told him like how we did with the picks. And he was like, see, you should have picked all the upsets. I'm like, that's not, you don't do that. You just don't pick the upsets. So we're going to get Justin on the picks this week just so that Justin can pick all of his upsets. And that
would be cool.
We're going to shut him up.
All right.
All right. That's what we're going to do here. All right, Justin. So
who saw Jacksonville beating Buffalo?
Friday morning, Justin, keep your schedule clear because you'll be on the Pete Braley Show doing picks with us. Because I'm sick and tired of this. Like last night, I was watching the Rams game while me and him were talking, and the Rams got their butt kicked. I was surprised. The offense played kind of like garbage. I mean, The Titans' defense was great, but I said that. He was like, see, should have picked the Titans. I'm like, in no way. I explained to him the logic. I said, the Rams are at home. That's flag number one, leaning towards the Rams.
Right.
The Rams have the best offense. I mean, maybe the Cardinals, but the Rams have the best offense in the NFL.
They do.
So that gives them that. The Titans just lost Derrick Henry, their best player, so that drops them down.
Right.
And I already said that they're playing on the road against the Rams, the best team in the NFL. You don't pick the Titans in that situation.
No, you don't.
In no way do you pick the Titans in that situation.
And I mean, who picked Jacksonville to beat Buffalo? I just
Mary Lou said, horrible Bills game, no excuses. I slightly feel bad for you because I love all our viewers here, but that really helped out us Patriots fans. So
yes.
that was good to watch.
And now the buzz, I just saw some headlines this morning. The buzz is, what's wrong with Josh Allen? The quarterback for the Bills?
I mean, as Patriots fans, we understand that, though. Yeah. Tom Brady had one bad game. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
That's it right there.
In the news this morning, 19 states are considering making daylight saving time year-round. By the way, it is daylight saving time, even though I keep saying daylight savings time. It's not plural.
At that point, why don't we just switch it? Everyone in the human race calls it daylight savings.
Right.
Let's just change it.
In the last 4 years, the states have enacted legislation or passed resolutions to provide for year-round daylight saving time. If Congress were to allow such a change, see, they have to approve it. And in some cases, if surrounding states enact the same legislation. As I was saying, if Massachusetts decided to stay with daylight saving time, but Rhode Island didn't, that would really screw people up going to work.
Screw everything up. Imagine living in Massachusetts but working in Rhode Island.
Right.
Oh.
Or just popping over to see the Providence Bruins play. What time is the game?
Everyone's going to be extremely late or extremely early for everything.
The Department of Transportation, which is in charge of daylight saving time, who knew?
Why?
Says the practice saves energy, prevents traffic accidents, and curbs crime. But sleep experts believe it has negative health effects due to people losing sleep. So
I don't know. I mean, the saving energy thing, I guess, kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because it sets you up to have to turn your light on, like turn lights on less during prime hours of being awake. I guess.
Right.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But then the health thing, though, the only thing I will say, I mean, I do think it's true because it's tough to like adjust. Especially you crazy people that wake up and go to sleep at the same time every day. I don't know how you do that, but this must really screw you up.
And it really screws up parents. Have you been reading it this weekend? Have you checked with some of your relatives that have kids? Because children don't know the time. Charlie doesn't know the time change.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go up and go out early yesterday.
Yeah.
Officials are warning that this is the most dangerous time of the year for pedestrians and bicyclists. The end of daylight saving time leads to a spike in fatal accidents involving pedestrians and bicyclists. And one of the reasons is we're out in the dark now.
Well, yeah, it's because like you got to get your exercise in, but a lot of people do it after work.
Now, I did read an article yesterday out of a New York paper that said if we don't change the time anymore, what will happen is in the summer, one of the longest days of the year, which is what, June 20th, I think?
21st.
The sun will rise at 4:33 and set at 7:57. So we'll never have a sunset after 8 o'clock, which I could adjust to.
I don't think that's that bad, though.
But do you want the sun coming up at 4:33?
I mean, I feel like, for some reason, I just feel like I've said this multiple times, but buy blackout curtains.
We've
had stories for other things, but
right.
I feel like that's just the solution for everything.
As somebody who used to drive to work at 5 in the morning, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah.
However, I don't know if it's December 20th or if it's in January, the sun would not rise until 8:33, and it would set at, I think it was like 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
I think people would rather have that, though, than
I don't know.
The sun setting at 4:30.
Would you be for that? How would you feel if you got up at 6 or 7 and it was dark for another couple hours? So,
I mean, there's people in Alaska that deal with like a full day of nighttime or a full day of daytime, right? That is Alaska.
You
right?
adjust. Yes, it is.
I don't know.
Massachusetts is considering it, I guess. They have submitted whatever they need to submit. But
I'm not about the state thing, though.
But one of the things is they don't want to change it unless all the states around you change.
And I think that's smart.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
AMC theaters say they will start selling their popcorn in shopping malls around the country starting next year. The movie chain is also preparing to partner with home delivery services in 2022 to allow customers to order from a nearby AMC location. The company also intends to have a presence at supermarkets and convenience stores with prepackaged and microwavable AMC Theaters branded popcorn at some point in the future. Is it that good?
I don't know. That'll be interesting because I feel like popcorn in a movie theater is an experience.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really craved movie theater popcorn.
Unless you're sitting there and you smell it.
Yeah, at the movies.
Right.
Yeah. I will say, though, that's a bold move trying to go into shopping malls because Auntie Anne's has monopolized the shopping mall snack game.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Name a shopping mall that doesn't have an Auntie Anne's pretzels in there.
Mm-hmm. A new study finds half of Americans find no joy in physical exercise. In fact, they hate it so much that 25% would be willing to text their ex or even cancel their Netflix for a year to get out of working out for the rest of their lives. 3 in 10 people would even reconnect with their high school bully if it meant they never had to pick up the weights again. 1 in 3 would spend a long weekend with the in-laws. Another 34% said they'd be willing to hand wash all their dishes for the rest of their lives to avoid breaking a sweat ever again. 43% of respondents say they just get so bored during their workouts that they'd rather not do them at all.
Couple things.
Okay.
I don't like working out, so I'm definitely on team don't enjoy it.
Okay.
But I think all of that, whoever was in that study is lying. You're telling me you would hand wash your dishes
for the rest
to avoid like a 30-minute workout.
I find that one a little tough. You're right.
Netflix? I'm not giving them Netflix.
Yeah.
You want me to give up Peacock? I tried Peacock.
Yeah.
That thing's terrible. Like glitches, freezes all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I've talked to people. It happens to them too. It's not just me. It's not my computer or anything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyways, side note, I wouldn't give up Netflix.
Okay.
I'll work out for Netflix.
All right.
I mean, text your ex. I don't know what they.
What is it? Something about your high
Maybe.
school
I guess
bully?
that's dependent on your ex, the bully, dependent on the bully.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I mean, they're hand wash your dishes for the rest of your life. Would you do it?
No.
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 And I'm about to sign up again at the rec center because it gets too cold around here to go for a walk. At least for me. Mom walks.
Yeah, she's weird.
Blizzards, everything else. But I don't like the wind and the cold. But I don't really get bored at the rec center because, number one, there's TVs, so sometimes there'll be an interesting show on or something. But the other thing is, show plug here, listen to our podcast. That was my thing.
This guy. I was just going to say listen to podcasts. He's like, listen to us. Yeah.
But that's what I used to do.
Listen to yourself?
No. When I would go 2 years ago, I would listen.
Problem here.
I would listen to our friend Tom Stewart. I would listen to his My Paranormal Story.
I thought you didn't believe. Oh, but you don't believe in that stuff.
One time, yeah, but he's a great storyteller.
Oh, okay.
So one time I'm walking on a treadmill, and he did one of those. Suddenly there was a noise, and the noise sounded. I was right near the window, and the noise sounded just like somebody throwing something at the window. So I actually.
He fell off the treadmill.
I didn't fall off, but I actually did one of these.
Oh, jeez.
And it was because of what?
You startled Charlie by that little jump thing you did there. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Take it easy over there.
But yeah, find ways to
listen to music first off. And if you're not into music, then listen to a podcast. Doesn't have to be ours. It can be.
Doesn't have to.
It can be anything. Whatever you enjoy in life, there's a podcast for it.
Pretty much.
I promise.
Yep. Pretty much there is.
Yeah.
Worried that your dog is lonely? Well, don't get a second pooch. Adding another dog to a lonely pooch can make their separation anxiety even worse. Researchers fitted homes with cameras to monitor dogs' behavior when their owners were away. I always wanted to do that with Oscar and Baxter. What do they do all day when we're away?
Yeah.
They found that barking, which is an indicator of separation anxiety, was more common in multi-dog households compared to single-dog households. And physical activity, which is another potential indicator that can lead to destructive behavior, was also higher in multi-dog households, especially in the first hour of the separation.
Yeah, I think you got to find two dogs that really have a good connection.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we lucked out with that.
Yeah, we had a beagle and a golden retriever, and they were like best buds. Yep. And they got older together. They started to slow down at the same time.
Yeah, I think it helped because they were both the same age.
Right.
They grew up together.
Key.
Yeah.
A Colorado man set his mom's house on fire while trying to get rid of cobwebs with a blowtorch.
Seems like the most efficient way.
He used a blowtorch to clear cobwebs in the crawl space under the house, and he tried to put out the fire for an hour by himself before he called anybody. The 39-year-old man was taken into custody after the fire. He faces several charges, including first-degree arson. He set the fire, right?
Technically, yeah.
No one was injured, but the fire did cause over $100,000 damage.
His intentions were good.
Yeah.
So,
and the mayor of Ashland, Tennessee, was arrested on multiple offenses and has been indicted on 3 counts of felony official misconduct after using a town-owned public lawnmower on 3 occasions for his personal benefit. When I first read that, I thought, that's kind of severe. A guy just borrowed the mower. Steve Allen has admitted that he used the town's lawnmower on 3 different occasions because his personal lawnmower was being repaired. But the report also raises concerns about Allen making 75 questionable meal purchases using the town's credit card.
There it is.
Totaling $3,290 during the period of January 2019 through September 2021. So, yeah, it wasn't the mower.
Yeah, I was going to say, I read the story too, and I was like, I don't even hate that. Even if his mower wasn't being repaired, 3 times... I don't know.
Big deal.
You have it.
Yeah.
Maybe reimburse the gas, personally pay for the gas that goes. I don't hate that, but the meals are. Yeah, that's
and using the credit card.
Yeah.
Do we have? We have to say happy birthday to Gail.
Yes.
She had her birthday yesterday.
Yeah, she also said 364 days until her birthday. That's true.
Right.
That's very true.
I'll put that in the countdown every day.
Every day. Here we
Every
go.
day.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. And what else did I see? Gary. Is Gary awake?
He's here. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he fell back asleep.
Gary was working at the Revs game last night.
Ah.
Was that the final home game? I know. I saw you at a booth there. I don't know what you were doing, but I guess you were doing something at a booth. So
I mean, was it playoffs? Talking about playoffs?
playoffs?
I don't know.
I think it was the last home game.
Let's see. Justin's here for more sunlight. He also gave me a thumbs up for football picks. So
Okay.
we'll coordinate that.
All right.
Abby said, I mean, you don't have to work out. That's true. I'm just saying that all these people in the study that said they would rather hand wash dishes than work out, I think that's BS.
Yeah, that's great.
That's all I'm saying. And Netflix. I mean, the combination of those two, no.
Not gonna do it.
Plus, I mean, there's a lot of positives to working out. So, I mean, it sucks,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's good for you.
You feel better afterwards.
Let's see. Abby said it should have to be everyone in that time zone at least. That's a good point. Like if the whole Eastern time zone decided on that, it would just change the interval between time zones, but I think that's more doable.
Okay.
So that's a good point. Maybe
That's a
everyone
very
in the
good
same
point.
time zone.
Yeah.
Also, we're not qualified to make that decision, so I'm just saying it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Could be a terrible one.
We don't know.
Kat says, you're reading this story as I'm on my exercise bike watching you guys. LOL.
All right.
Well, there you go. I like it.
Thumbs up.
Let's see. Abby said, how else would someone get cobwebs down? Come on. That's a great point. Some would say like a broom. I feel like that's the most common one.
That's usually what I go to.
A vacuum would work phenomenally.
Yes, it would.
But where's the fun is what I would argue.
Yeah.
You know? I
And
think you need to
isn't
live
that-
on the edge a little bit.
Isn't that the worst feeling when you walk through a cobweb or a spider web?
Yeah.
Oh, and then you spend the whole day thinking you didn't get it all, right?
That's like I think it's springtime, luckily. I don't think it's fall. I think it's spring when those like little tan spiders are everywhere. And they're like there's webs everywhere. All over your car, on the way to your car, all around your house, probably like around your bed. I don't even know.
Crazy.
I feel like spring, I'm always walking through spider webs. Gary said he wasn't working. He was a fan.
Oh, okay. So
a
you were a
fan,
fan
Pete.
at the booth.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went there by choice, not by
Well, he
I don't
was
know.
standing next to,
requirement.
if memory serves me, Gary, the picture on Facebook was you standing at a United Healthcare display. So I didn't know if you were working there. I'm sorry. So was it a good game?
I don't know.
Story this morning about the Olivia and Liam are the most popular baby names of 2021. Give it up for my grandson. There you go.
mean-
There you go.
I guess it's a weird story. It's like, is it good to be the most popular name, or is it bad to be the most popular?
And by the way, Liam had no choice.
No
in the
choice
matter.
in it. Yeah.
After 11 consecutive years as number one of the rankings, Sophia was unseated by Olivia as the most popular girl name. Meanwhile, Liam held its spot as the most popular boy name for a third year in a row. The fastest rising baby girl names in 2021 were Raya, R-A-Y-A, up 53%. Alora, A-L-O, do I have to spell them all? Up 32%. And Aria, spelled A-R-I-Y-A, up 27%.
It looks like if your name ends in ya, you're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, boy names with the biggest jumps were Onyx, O-N-Y-X.
It's kind of cool.
That's up 44%. Coda with a K is up 38%. I like that. And Finnegan is up 35%.
Finnegan Finnegan.
I remember that song now.
Oh.
We just
I was like,
played
it wasn't that funny.
played that over
Take it
and
easy.
over.
Yeah.
Some of the year's biggest baby name trends were gender neutral and unisex names such as Finley and Tatum. True, they can go either way. Along with names inspired by nature like Willow, Ivy, and Sage. Here's your top 10 girl names for 2021. Number 10 is Harper. 9 is Luna. Then Mia. Isabella is number 7. Charlotte is number 6. I know your sister Sarah liked Charlotte, but I think her husband was like, we're not going to call our girl Charlie. We're just not going to do that.
Well, if they have a girl, they don't have a girl.
No, if this was before Liam was born.
But I will say, Steven is very happy that we named our dog Charlie, because that kind of took Charlie off the board.
Right. So now she can't do that.
Yep.
Sophia drops to number 5. Ava, AVA, 4. Amelia is number 3. Emma is number 2. And Olivia is number 1. Top 10 boy names. Number 10 is Ethan. Then James, Asher, Mason, Levi, Lucas, Elijah. I'm getting biblical here. Number 3 is Oliver. Number 2 is Noah. And number 1 is Liam. So there's your top 10.
I'm just saying, Matthew used to be like the top name.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it used to be.
Used to be.
But again, I don't know if that's a good thing. Am I basic? I think I'm basic. I think that's what that means.
Remember when...
Well, actually, you guys are basic because we already went over this. I don't get to choose.
Was it Sarah's class had like 3 Britneys in it?
I don't know.
It was like I guess Britney Spears
so.
was hot, so everybody was naming their girl Britney. I was like, oh, it's another Britney. Yeah,
that's like I went to school with. I feel like I always had 3 Matthews in my class.
Did you?
That's why I was always Matthew B for the longest time.
That's right.
So it's kind of annoying.
Then you became Maddie B.
Well, no,
Right.
Only the family ever really called me Maddie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Like random people calling you Maddie, it's kind of like, excuse me.
You haven't earned the right.
You?
Yeah, you haven't earned
But also,
the right.
I don't know. It's a kind of a, I don't know. It's like a more, I don't know. Closer people should call you Maddie.
Right.
It's not really like a random person should be like,
There's a closeness to
Maddie. It's like, yeah, it feels like you know me. I'm like, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Walk away from me.
Yes.
Yeah.
A Reddit user recently asked, "What are rich people's problems like?" And some interesting answers came out. Number 1, never really being sure whether your partner actually loves you or only tolerates you because your money makes their life easier.
I feel like maybe that's valid.
Yeah. And sad. Number 2, if people know you're rich, they expect you to pay more than what is the price. That one I don't get. I don't really...
Are you telling me like you go to, I don't know, where do rich people shop for hoodies? I don't know. You go to like Kanye West's house.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'll take a hoodie. And he's like, okay.
For you?
For
600.
you, it's 7,000.
Yeah.
What? I don't think that's a thing. I also think that's illegal.
Someone else said, my rich friend has no kids, so he's trying to figure out how to spend all his money before he dies so it doesn't go to some cousins that he doesn't like.
That one pisses me off the most. Donate to charity.
Yeah.
Idiot. By the way, anytime I say idiot, I just insert an expletive. I'm trying not to swear as much.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
I want to say something else. Just donate to charity. Be a good person.
Really?
How about that?
That's a way to do it.
He's like, I don't have any more room for any more Lamborghinis. What else am I supposed to spend my money on? You want me to give it away? No, absolutely not.
Number 4, as a woman, it can make it hard to navigate relationships because a lot of men still identify with the breadwinner role. So
probably true.
They don't want her to make more
Sad.
than
Again,
that.
it's sad, but it's true.
Someone else said, I have a very wealthy friend, and seeing firsthand how all the poorer relatives move closer to you and start asking you for things and money blew my mind. That's sad, too.
I guess. I don't know. A lot of these problems, though, it's like, I think you can deal with it. Like, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah. Number 6, figuring out how to give your kids everything they want without turning them into spoiled brats who are messed up for life.
Maybe the solution is don't give them everything they want. I don't know. Maybe.
Number 7, I have a family member earning 7 figures annually that keeps their social media on a week-long delay. I didn't know you could do that.
What?
Keep your social media on a week-long delay. Unless it's something you do yourself. It's
Maybe.
not a setting, right?
Maybe there's like an app that does it. I don't know. I mean, you could probably. They're rich. They could probably pay somebody to like design a code to do that for them
and manage my account.
Yeah.
Number 8, one of the unexpected problems was vacationing with friends. Now, I can see that if your friends don't have a lot of money and you go on vacation and you're eating whatever you want for dinner, you're going on all these tours.
Yeah.
And they can't afford to do it. And they probably don't want you always paying their way.
True.
So
Charlie's trying to. What are you doing, buddy?
Mom's not home.
The rich people stories just getting you fuming. You're just trying to leave. No, you're probably trying to get more leaves.
Number 9, there's a lot of isolation that comes with wealth, particularly if your wealth goes up more than your friends. I guess.
It's like, I don't know. Do you want a Kleenex? Are you okay? You crying?
The overwhelming theme I'm getting from this is sad. It's sad.
Suck it up.
That this happened.
Buttercup.
Number
That's my
10.
overwhelming theme.
Number 10, saying no to your kid when you easily have the means to say yes with little cost to yourself is hard. But you got to do it. I mean, that's part of parenting, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll save this for the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 11, having all of your accomplishments invalidated by the fact that you have money.
I don't. Does that happen? I've never heard of that.
I don't. Even Bezos.
Oh well, maybe not. They're saying like anything. Once you're rich, any achievement after that, they're like, oh, you got that because you're rich.
Oh yeah, that could be.
I guess.
All right, and the final one, number 12, getting constantly targeted by poorer people for being successful and rich.
So basically, what I'm doing now. But see, the reason we target you is because you say things like this. Everything you said there.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, because my question, this is what I was going to say. My question would be, if this is bothering you so much, just donate all your money and be poor. You cool with that? No.
That would be an answer.
Not a single one of them.
But they're not going to do it.
So then suck it up, man. You can deal with it. You got money, man.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
You're okay. You're doing okay. Donate to charity.
Today's fascinating facts. Bubblewrap was invented in 1957 when its creators were trying to make a texturized novelty wallpaper. They stuck two shower curtains together and ended up with a sheet of bubbly plastic. Well, that idea didn't go over well. They hit on the idea later to sell it to IBM because they had recently launched a new computer and they needed a way to protect it in transit. So they said, well, take this wallpaper idea.
Yeah.
And thus became Bubblewrap.
That's all inventions were just a mistake of something else.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Our random question today, what is the strangest thing you ever did in high school? What is the strangest thing you ever did in high school? Do we have any answers yet? Or you feel free to put them in the chat here. I was going to mention he saw this last night. He said, what's your Mrs. Zembo story? Well, actually, it was in middle school. It was in the 8th grade. So this would have been back in the 70s, I guess. Mrs. Zembo was my 8th grade English teacher who was actually instrumental in me getting into radio. She introduced me to the people at the UMass radio station, and I ended up doing summer relief there. So she was and I thank her for that. I have many times over the years. Well, back in the 70s, I don't know whose idea it was, maybe one of her colleagues. They knew I was interested in radio and stuff. So I had a microphone at the time. I think I got it at Radio Shack. If you remember Radio Shack, I had a microphone at that time that you could pick up on a certain FM frequency, something way down there, 88 or something like that. So someone came up with the idea of me writing a fake script and broadcasting over this microphone while they would, in the teacher's room, set the radio to that frequency. So one morning, I'm in the AV closet, hiding, and I started this fake newscast where I announced that Mrs. Zembo had been named the Teacher of the Year. They played it in the teacher's room while she was having coffee. So, of course, she heard it and went, everybody applauded, and then they told her it was me. So, yeah, it was one of her colleagues. When I told the story to Matt was like,
that's so mean.
That's so mean. Well, it was one of her colleagues doing a prank.
You're like, hey, you're great at your job. We love you. Psych, you suck. You didn't get it? You actually thought you got it? What an idiot. You're an idiot.
No.
That's what it was. That's my interpretation. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I recently reconnected with someone from that school. One of the Mr. Domingos, I think, was the history teacher. I recently connected with him on Facebook, and he was like, I still remember that time we did that prank. And I was like, wow, that's got to be, well, I'm 60. So what are you in 8th grade? Are you like in your teens, right?
14?
Yeah. So we're talking
14, 15?
45 years ago?
Charlie doesn't like the story either.
No? You think we were cruel?
I think you need better pranks.
All right.
I think that's mean. Let's see. Charles, come here, buddy. Come here.
Come on.
All right, back to this. Abby said, random question, I plead the fifth.
Yeah. I was thinking some people would probably say, I got too many of them.
Diane said, saw Elvis in concert at Providence Civic Center when I was 15, the only teenager who was such a huge Elvis fan.
Okay.
There you go.
Little high school story.
Abby said, before I answer, strange or embarrassing?
You could go either way. I mean, what do you want to share with us? Do you want to share? I mean, you want to share the strange one?
I think the only correct answer is both.
Oh, okay.
I would like both, please.
Okay.
Let's see. Justin said, I had an elderly teacher say, look at those pythons while wearing a tank top. 2 comments. 1, that's creepy. That's creepy. It's creepy as hell. 2, did you put that in the chat just for like some compliments here? I think he's just looking for people to be like, Justin's jacked. That's what it is.
There it is.
Let's see. Diane said Radio Shack was in the same lot as Photomat and Mammoth Mart.
Yes.
There was something called Mammoth Mart.
There was a store. It was like a Kmart. Do you remember Kmart?
I do remember Kmart. Okay. Yeah.
Mammoth Mart was like a Kmart. Their logo was an elephant. So that was the Mammoth part. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Abby said, after winter break, I asked the teacher how her new boyfriend was doing. She looked confused and said, he died. I definitely mixed her up with a different teacher and totally forgot that happened.
Oh.
At that point, you drop out, right? Transfer to a different school. I don't know. How do you face that teacher?
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Goodness.
Right.
If anyone has any more, feel free to toss it in there. Mine, I don't know.
Do you have one?
What was the wording of the question? What was the something that happened in high school?
Because you're not
the strangest thing that happened in high school.
You're not going to volunteer anything.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out if this
what is
applies.
the strangest thing you ever did?
I don't. Probably like competing in Mr. Fairhaven because I was a quiet kid, and I didn't. I hadn't done anything musical since middle school. I was in the band in middle school, but like I never sang. I was quiet. I was shy. And then I got up on stage and sang. Like,
and you didn't tell us.
I sang Carrie Underwood. I sang Josh Turner. I sang High School Musical. It was a mashup. Like I sang all that. And to go from like never ever having done that to then do that, I think that was really strange.
And there were so many of your students, so many of your classmates, like in the audience, that were going, Matt can sing?
Not really, but I did.
You do now.
Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty strange.
So
Abby said never went back. A quick, sorry about that, and spun on my heels and took off.
Yep.
God, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I can handle that type of awkwardness. I think I'd transfer schools personally. But I mean, you're up in Vermont. You guys got like one school for K through college.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In a one room with a potbelly stove going.
Yep, that's it.
All right, so anyone else with any high school stories, let us know in the chat. Or if you're watching this later in the day, feel free in the comments, or you can post on socials. Moving on to our Hollywood headlines this morning. Chris Evans is being named the People magazine's sexiest man alive. And if you're saying, Chris Evans, well, this guy.
Captain America.
To which Kat said last night, oh, yeah, he wins.
Yep.
Sources say the Captain America star was originally stated to take the award last year, but the bosses at the magazine thought it was better to wait a year after he accidentally uploaded a picture of his penis online.
So many questions.
Which, it does bring to mind, how do you accidentally load a private picture?
I mean, he was trying to
online?
Do something else that I think we all can, infer that.
I guess he was sending something.
Somebody was trying to.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't really know how you hit the wrong button in that case. I don't.
Yeah, wouldn't you be careful?
I feel like you'd be hyper focused on hitting the right button.
Right.
Which makes you think maybe it wasn't an accident. Maybe he was just trying to get a little attention on him, I think publicity is bad publicity. Wait, whoa. What? Hey.
I think it was last night I mentioned this story, and your mother was like, why is he taking pictures? Well, guys do certain things, I guess. I don't know.
It's creepy
some guys
that you know that.
I read a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, clearly, I mean, you have this story. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do think it's funny that they're like, hey, no, you know what? Guy just showed the world his penis. Let's give him a little time to settle down, get a little less excited. Whoa, yeah. No.
He will be unveiled on the cover of People magazine this week. And a docuseries about NBA legend Magic Johnson is headed to Apple TV+. The 4-part series will feature never-before-seen footage and interviews with the former Lakers star as well as figures from the world of business and politics and its inner circle.
Including a picture of his. No, I'm kidding. No, enough with that joke.
The news comes ahead of the 30th anniversary of Johnson's HIV diagnosis announcement on November 7th. Yeah, it's been 30 years ago. And I remember when they made that announcement that Magic Johnson had HIV, I was like, oh, God, he's going to die. And he's still here.
Yeah.
30 years later. I also find it amazing that you're talking some of the caliber of Magic Johnson, and there are never before seen haven't we seen everything? Evidently not.
No.
We haven't seen everything about him. And Billy Joel is raving about Adele and Taylor Swift. He says Adele is a phenomenal singer, kind of a Streisand throwback. As for Swift, he said, she's a very talented girl and she's productive and keeps coming up with great concepts and songs, and she's huge. You have to give her high marks. She knows music and she knows how to write. She's like this generation's Beatles.
She knows how to tell a story.
Yeah.
She tells, I mean, you look at, especially her two most recent albums, like just the storytelling. It's each song interweaves with another, like the themes cross over. Like it is serious storytelling going on. And then Adele, I mean, you have the singers, like the artists nowadays that can sing, but like then you have the tier that can sing.
Oh yeah,
like,
and she's
like the Whitney Houstons, and Adele's up there. Like Adele, oh my God, Adele can sing.
I'm just waiting to hear Beatles fans come out against that, though. Billy Joel saying Taylor Swift is like this generation's Beatles. It's like,
yeah, I mean, comparisons are tough.
Yeah,
because people get all, but what do you mean? You know, but like the fact is she's written, I don't even know how many songs she's released at this point, but like to keep coming up with new stories to tell and to tell them in new ways is like, it's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy.
That's like comparisons, you know, when people are trying to say, is LeBron greater than Michael Jordan? Mm-hmm. It's like, well, how can you...
It's two different NBAs that they played in.
The game was so much different. Mm-hmm. How can you decide if one was better than the other? Because to me...
what's funny, too, is everyone says, like, LeBron could never go play in MJ's era because they played the defense back then. They don't play defense now. But other people say MJ can never play in this era.
Right. So you can't make that comparison. I don't think.
Yeah.
So, and what were you saying about? See, I'm surprised you were saying you don't like Peacock because isn't that where The Office is?
It is, and that's why I started watching on there. Right. I haven't watched The Office in a while. I was jonesing, and so I went on there, and it's just like you start an episode, you get like halfway through, they show an ad, but like coming back from the ad, it like freezes. And you try and like refresh the page. It's like, do you want to start from the beginning or just resume? I'm like, I want to resume. You press resume. It stays frozen. You're like, what am I supposed to do?
And you're not the only one
I shut the laptop down, restart it, close, the internet. I troubleshoot everything, and it doesn't work. And I'm not the only person. I've talked to Kat, I've talked to Sarah, I've talked to Justin.
Oh.
It happens. My 3 people. I talk to everyone. Yeah, and it happens to them too. So I don't know.
That's about it for today. Do we have any more conversations?
Yeah, let's see. Abby said, would this be strange to you guys partying in a cow field? It would be kind of strange to us. We don't yet. Yeah. I mean, we could go to Acushnet. They got cow fields in Acushnet.
They do.
But I've never partied in them. She also said, I'm assuming, that's the interpretation I'm getting from whistle. Is what she typed.
Okay.
So that was my assumption. Let me know if I'm correct.
Sure.
She did put in parentheses to Chris Evans, not the cow field.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just...
I knew where you were going.
That's a good distinction to make, though.
Right.
Yes.
I knew you were talking about Chris Evans.
Gail said, I did get dared to wash my hair in a fountain at the shopping center, so I did. That is funny.
Wow.
I wish there was a video of that.
So, Gail, do you agree? Thank goodness there was no social media or cell phones back when we were kids. All of this stuff would have been everywhere.
Abby said, just needed to clarify. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Diane said, I was going to say that, Matt, no one saw that coming. Yeah. I don't know. Kept that up my sleeve, in my pocket, whatever this saying is.
Oh, the Mr. Fairhaven thing?
Yeah.
You surprised us all.
Yep.
We good?
Always surprising everyone.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
That'll do it for today. Hopefully, we started today off on a good note because that is always our goal here. Hope you have a great Monday and it's a good week ahead for you. If you enjoy what we do here, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss any future shows. We are live weekday mornings at 8 o'clock here on YouTube, and also available on all of your favorite podcast apps. Don't forget, you can leave us a voicemail with your questions, comments, birthday shout-outs, anniversary shout-outs.
What are you trying to
Debbie,
figure out?
I'm trying to think of an anniversary I just saw today. Jason and Debbie Falk having an anniversary today.
Well, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. All right. Our number is 774-473-9910. We leave you with our thought for the day, and our thought for today is, remember, every flower that ever bloomed had to go through a whole lot of dirt to get there. No matter what, we hope you have a great day.
Peace.
Yes.